All right, let's get into it. It's time to stop letting some invisible code run your life, right? It's time to take back control of your feeds, your focus, and your attention. This is your guide, your user's manual for mastering your personal algorithm before it completely masters you. So, has this ever happened to you? You do one totally innocent search online. Maybe you're looking for a new pair of hiking boots or a birthday gift for a friend. You find what you need, you close the browser, and you move on with your day. But then the next day, bam, suddenly your entire feed is an ad for outdoor gear. Your recommendations are just different. It feels like your whole digital world just morphed overnight. Well, it's not a coincidence, and you are definitely not imagining it. What you're experiencing actually has a name. It's called algorithmic hijacking. It's when platforms use your clicks and your viewing habits not to actually serve you better, but to predict what will glue your eyeballs to the screen for as long as humanly possible. The key thing to get here is this. Their goal is your engagement, not your satisfaction. So today, we are going to walk through a really clear, actionable plan to flip that script. We're going to cover why your feeds are such a mess to begin with, and then we'll get into 4 concrete steps: the algorithm audit, the data diet, training your AI, and building human-only spaces. By the end of this, you are going to have a whole new framework for managing your digital life. Okay, first things first, let's get one thing totally straight. If your feeds feel chaotic or overwhelming or just wrong, it's not your fault. This is not some personal failing. This is a systemic issue, and it's by design. Let's just look at the numbers. On a platform like YouTube, a staggering 70% of the time you spend watching is driven by what the algorithm recommends. Just let that sink in. For every 10 videos you watch, 7 of them weren't your choice. They were the algorithm's choice for you, based on what it thinks will keep you hooked. And why are they so obsessed with keeping you hooked? Well, it's simple: money. Every second of your attention is another chance to serve you an ad or to collect data to make their ad targeting even better. Your attention is a product, and it's being monetized with ruthless efficiency. To a platform, your engagement is worth about $30 to $40 a year. You're not the customer, you're the asset. All right, so let's get our hands dirty. Step 1, the algorithm audit. It's time to pull back the curtain and see exactly what data these platforms have on you and, maybe more importantly, how they've decided to label you. We're going to break this down into a few simple actions. You're going to see your data profile, you're going to uncover the interests you've been tagged with, check out your taste categories, and then, and this is key, set a reminder to do this every few months to stay on top of it. So what does this look like in the real world? For Google, you can use their takeout feature to download your entire profile. It's a lot. On Instagram, you can navigate into your ad settings and see the list of interests they think you have. It can be pretty funny. On Netflix, review the weirdly specific recommendation categories on your account page. And for Spotify, take a hard look at those made-for-you playlists. Did they really get you? Okay, moving on to step 2, the data diet. Now that you know what the algorithm thinks it knows about you, it's time for a digital cleanse. We're going to erase that bad data and reset your recommendations from the ground up. Here's your action plan. First, go through and systematically clear your search histories. Then, for the next 3 days, be ruthless with that not interested button. For a major reset, you could even try a 2-week fast from a specific platform. And here's a great pro tip. Create separate accounts for one-off things, like a dedicated profile just for holiday gift shopping, so it doesn't pollute your main feed. Now for step 3. This is where we go on the offensive. It's time to train your AI. You've audited, you've cleansed, and now you're going to actively teach your algorithm what you want. Think of it like training a pet. It needs consistent, intentional reinforcement. So, what's the difference we're talking about here? Mindless scrolling is totally passive. You're just letting the algorithm guess what you want based on whatever you happen to pause on. Intentional interaction, on the other hand, is active. You are explicitly telling the algorithm, hey, this is what I value. That's how you get a curated, valuable feed instead of a cluttered, irrelevant one. Here are 3 really powerful techniques to get you started. First, the 3-to-1 rule. For every 1 mindless scroll or click, make 3 meaningful interactions with content you genuinely love. For YouTube, create a training playlist of your ideal content and just let it play through once a week. And finally, my personal favorite, use the 5-second pause. Just waiting 5 seconds before you click something can dramatically reduce that impulse-driven training. You know, this really gets to the core of it all, and this quote says it perfectly.
Stop outsourcing your attention to code written by companies that profit from your distraction. This whole process is about taking back that ownership. It's your attention after all.
Our final strategy, step 4, is all about building human-only spaces. This isn't just about cleaning up your existing feeds. It's about carving out digital zones that are completely free from any algorithmic influence to make sure you can still make independent choices. A great little framework for this is the 70-30 rule. Try to make 70% of what you consume online an intentional, human-directed choice. Like going directly to a website. And then leave just 30% for the algorithm to surprise you. This simple rule keeps you firmly in the driver's seat. So what do these zones actually look like? Well, for news, ditch the feed entirely and use direct bookmarks to a handful of sources you trust. For music, find new artists and communities curated by actual humans, like specific subreddits, instead of just relying on Spotify's suggestions. And for general information, an RSS tool is amazing for giving you a curated daily digest with zero algorithmic meddling. So after you've gone through these steps, guess what? You've earned a new job title. You are no longer just a passive consumer. You are now, as the slide says, the chief curator of your own damn life. You're the one in charge. And this isn't just some feel-good idea. The data absolutely backs it up. Users who actively train their algorithms and curate their own feeds report a massive 60% higher satisfaction with their digital experience. You're not just taking control, you're making your time online quantifiably better. So how do you make this real, like right now? Here's your 60-second action plan. As soon as this is over, I want you to open your most used app and spend just 1 minute deliberately interacting, liking, saving, commenting, only on content that represents what you actually want to see more of. Go on, start your training. Because in the end, it really all comes down to this one question. An algorithm isn't good or evil. It's just a tool. It's incredibly powerful, and it will be used. The only real question is, are you the one using it, or is it the one using you?